people who are very rational, somehow encountering things that are irrational and struggling to integrate that into their lives. So that sort of takes the realm of people who they've lost. It takes the form of love, passionate love. And so it's sort of about, finding a place where those two things can live together in the same person without creating a contradiction that blows you apart. That's what the play's about. It's got a fairly simple premise in terms of its storyline, but thematically what it's exploring is very rich, very deep.
The play's called Haunted. So, first off, I'm haunted by death. The play deals with the theme of grief, how we respond to it. I've been very intrigued by Joan Didion's book, The Year of Magical Thinking. I think one of the responses to grief is to look for signs, to try and communicate with the dead. I read an amazing statistic that 48% of widows feel they've had some kind of conversation, whether orally or whether they feel the person actually appeared visually to them. That's an intriguing idea, that we need to feel we're still in contact, at least for a little while. I mean, perhaps some people feel that they're in continual contact of some kind. But this character that I'm playing is quite pragmatic, and she has had no contact. He's dead. So for her daughter to be experiencing a visual manifestation of her dead husband is extremely disturbing.
There's this question of what does it mean to be in the world? And I guess there's an irony to that, because I guess what precipitates a lot of the action in the play is that the father of the family, who's at the center of the story, is deceased, and so everyone's kind of struggling to overcome their grief in their own way, and so for them, overcoming grief is finding togetherness, finding relationships, strengthening the bonds that exist. And David gets wrapped up into this family's journey of, comforting each other and comforting themselves. And in that, he is also seeking for togetherness, for a connection, a human connection.
Grief is the main thing. My character deals with a strong sense of abandonment.
I mean, it's a lot about family and loss and relationships and how a family deals with loss and mourning and grieving in different ways. I play a biologist, and so there's a lot of discussion about science versus religion in the play, and I hold up kind of one end of that discussion, which has been interesting to explore. It's got a very ethereal feeling to it, very translucent feeling to it. There's a projection world that's very, very simple, but that sort of tries to bring the unseen a little bit into the world of the play without hammering it over the head. We just want to give people a taste of it, a flavor of it, and to make them feel like things are somehow richer than you think you can see. Well, it's always very interesting being the first people to do a play. In a way, you're kind of influencing very much what the rest of the production history of the play will be. You may, in fact, be influencing future interpretations. So it's very interesting to inhabit those characters for the first time. When you're doing a play that's been done before, you can always say, well, somebody thought their way through this. Somebody found this and understood what it was, and we might even be able to talk to that person or talk to the playwright and see what they did. But here, it's all fresh terrain. We're really discovering it for the first time.
Yeah. There's something pure about the creative process, knowing that it's uncharted territory, and this desire to really delve into what the playwright intended, and feeling that it's your responsibility to manifest the playwright's imaginings.